Welcome everyone, thanks for joining. Special thanks to Hugues De Pra. Thank you for joining, Hugh. So Hugh is the Chief Technology and Transformation Officer for Cisco Belgium and Luxembourg. And he's going to be giving us a session today. So Hugh, I'll hand over to you.
Okay, thank you, Anaya, and welcome to this session. Good morning. So it's going to be about hackathon competition, so achieving success, and I'm really glad to share my experience about that. So if we are looking at the coming 15 minutes, I'd like to share some lessons learned of successful innovation, where a hackathon was a key central moment into an innovation process. And with that, I would like to start with what I'm considering as a hackathon, because there are different types of hackathons and definition. So let's agree on the one we're going to use for the coming 15 minutes. I see a hackathon as a moment in time in an innovation process where you will usually as a team define and propose and develop a solution to solve a specific challenge. And basically, when you think about hackathon, there are different ways to see it. The first hackathons that everybody knows about are these coding competition, where basically developers will gather for a weekend and develop code to solve a specific challenge. These were the first type of hackathon we have seen happening. Then there were those exploiting some data sets, mainly targeting data scientists that we call datathon, that were coming up in order to use the power of data to solve specific challenge. And then there are the two last types that I'm more familiar with, that I've been experimenting as a participant, as a coach, also as an organizer, which is to solve a technical challenge, coming with a solution and making that solution real so that consumers could take benefit of that solution. Or it can be more business oriented, focusing on a certain business case. And my personal experience is the following. So I have a passion for creation and innovation, and I've been exploring hackathons in different roles. So first of all, as a participant, different type of hackathon, like I said, technology-based, but also based on social challenges like the Impact Trophy, or with the COVID, there was a wave of hackathon called Hack the Crisis, and I've been able to contribute to those. And I'm glad to see that during this exposition event, there is also a hackathon running in parallel. Then a role that is less known, I was a coach, so which is a bit different than a mentor, because you are part of the team and you make sure that this team will never be blocked at any moment, that you use a certain methodology based on design thinking and collective intelligence to make sure that the team will come to a specific result and be happy about the result they're going to present. I've been coaching, but also organizing hackathons like the Cisco BeLux Innovation Challenge that we have done twice. Last year it was physically on site, and this year, due to COVID, we had to reinvent the complete concept and make it 100% fully digital. Then you have a hackathon like Hack the Crisis or Hack for Good, where basically we help NGOs to realize their dreams. So the bigger the challenge, the better it was. And you can see some of the happy people experimenting those hackathon experience. Now, what makes, let's say, my role a bit different is that I have developed and I own a specific innovation program at Cisco Belgium and Luxembourg, which is called the Cisco Innovation Studio. And everything started by meeting people. It was Impact Valley, a local innovation agency, so based in Brussels, where they help us to make our vision reality. And our vision is the following: innovation should be a new toolkit and skill set for any of our employees. So it's about transforming a cohort of 10 employees into hackathon coaches, so that they will be, after 6 months, able to interact completely differently with customers, partners, and of course, other employees. This is really reinventing what we call the customer journey by taking co-creation and innovation as the new baseline. Having done that, it's important to, before thinking about the competition, before thinking about success, it's thinking about the why. Why do we have hackathons and what is your role? If you think about the organization that is organizing the hackathon, or at least sponsoring the hackathon, they do that for a specific purpose. It can be a learning experience for the employee or for the customers or all the attendees. It can be a way to boost solution development, product development, or problem solving, which is very important for the core business. But at the same time, it can be also seen as a marketing initiative in order to strengthen the brand, in order to create some visibility on the market as being perceived as an innovation actor. Or it can be a way to strengthen the corporate spirit of an organization. Or if you ask an open audience to come and participate into your hackathon, it's a way to spot talent and to do smart recruiting. Now, organizing a hackathon is a specific role and task, which can be very enjoyable. And if you are in that role, achieving success is about creating a unique experience. So people should really feel special during a certain period of time. It can be 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or if you do that on a very long period, making sure that they live something very strong, where they will focus on value creation for the organization, for the society. And if you want to organize hackathon, there are many guides on the market. One is available on hackathon.guide. You're going to find a lot of good tips to organize your hackathon. What I can share personally is how we moved to fully digital hackathon experience with the last edition we organized less than a month ago, where basically with 3 ingredients you can make it happen. If you have a good innovation toolkit, and I share with you the link here on impactvalley.com/tools, you're going to be able to download a very nice kit with all the tools you need in order to run your journey with a specific team using 2 different tools. So one is a collaboration platform. Being a part of Cisco, I'm using the one from my company, so Cisco WebEx, and then also using whiteboarding live collaboration platform, like for example, Miro or Mural, so that people can have the same experience as being in a room using Post-its and interacting with each other. Now, maybe most of you will be in the role of participant. So why are you there? What is your purpose? For some of you, it's a competition. So you have the winning spirit, you like to win. So you go, you enter, and you do everything you need to win that competition, which is fine. For some of you, it's a learning experience. And this is fine as well. This is a very rich moment that you live with some great people. It can be a way to change career, to find a new job, to create your startup. Or maybe you already own a specific project and you're going to be able to accelerate that project externally, but also internally. But for me, the most important question you have to ask yourself is, what will happen if you win that hackathon? How will you contribute to what you have created? Because if you create something amazing, if you have a brilliant idea, a brilliant solution, a brilliant concept, it will be a pity to drop it or not to make it becoming a reality. And then if we look through the different hackathons and innovation programs, what you see is that it's pretty difficult to achieve success, because people are not always thinking about the 3 steps, before, during, and after. We focus a lot on the before and during, we forgot the after. But it's about making something real and creating impact. Well, let me share some generic recipe that applies to all types of hackathon. First of all, you need to make sure that you fight for a meaningful challenge, a challenge that is big. The bigger the challenge, the better. Don't try to put your energy and passion for something that is, very relatively small. Then focus on value creation. Think about the person you're going to solve the problem and the value you can create for that person. Now, it's a collective exercise. So you need to build a team. And we have seen that the winning teams are always the most diverse team. So a lot of diversity in the team, in the people, in the age, experience, but also skills. So the more the complementary profiles, the better, the more chance you have to win the hackathon and succeed in your innovation process. Now, think also about having a sponsor. So someone who believes in you, and believes in your project, who will make sure that you're going to have everything you need to succeed after the hackathon. And like, you know, every boat that is sailing and going on a specific journey, you need a captain, someone who will make sure that everybody is on board, fully engaged, and that everybody will start the hackathon and finish the hackathon all together. Last but not least, having a methodology is super important. It's not about dropping people in a room with post-it, being a physical or virtual room. You need to guide the people and let them use some tools in order to make their time very efficient. And something we have seen is that if you have a hackathon coach, so someone who is really coaching, not taking any decision or giving input, this is making a huge difference. It's a luxury, but it's really something you have to think about it. And again, from that moment, think about what's going to happen if you win the hackathon. So are you ready to continue working on the innovation or pass, you know, your baby to the next team? It's super important to envision what's going to happen after. Now, during the hackathon, well, it's so important to take the time to build a climate of trust and motivation. So take the time to build your team alliance, what people are bringing as skills, the value, their motivation for that specific exercise. It's super important to clarify that, because you're gonna be able then to move mountains thanks to that team that usually is built of people who are not used to work together. Then create the right mindset to think differently and co-create. It's not about reproducing what you usually do. And a very important element is focus on your persona, focus on the customer, the people who will benefit from what you are creating. So get that outside-in view, and don't forget to talk to your persona. So make interviews, meet them. It's so important. Now, something also you can add into your recipe is access to subject matter experts. So people who will challenge your idea, ask the right question, maybe share experience. Usually they come and they create that moment of magic, where basically a person will ask the right question that will completely change the game. And I've seen that in all the hackathons I've been coaching. Now, focus on a result. So get a prototype, a demo, a pretendotype, but at least something you can show, you can describe, and that you have validated. So you do validation tests. It can be interviews. It can be running, you know, your code or running your prototype. But it's super important that your audience is seeing and believing in what you are proposing. Don't forget to bring your passion and energy, because this is so important to have it during the whole process. Now, you know, it's a competition. So at the end, you need usually to do a pitch. So come with a strong value proposition. And in your pitch, make clear what is the problem you're solving. What is the solution? So usually, sometimes there are teams that are not able to describe the solution. Is it a product? Is it a services? Is it an idea, a concept, a framework? What are the benefits of it? And what is the secret sauce? So basically, what is unique? You know, if a person is saying, yeah, I've seen that, it does already exist in this country, well, you feel a bit bad about that. So think about the uniqueness of your approach and make a demo. Make a demo. Real or fake, make a demo. Define your business model and be able to demonstrate to the jury that you have a plan to continue. So you have a timing, you know the budget you need, the resources and the people you need to make it happen. You know, it's a competition, there is a jury, so match the evaluation criteria. Challenge your pitch with the evaluation criteria. Do you address them? And then you are judged by people, not machine, at least today. So focus on your jury. These are people with a specific personal experience. So they will always challenge your idea based on their personal experience. So focus on them. Last but not least, don't forget, have always fun during the process. It's so important. You know, it's something that you are creating. There is nobody to beat except yourself. So have fun during the whole process. And then, like I said, after, be able to do the pitch to the right audience. So the jury was for fun. Pitch it to your board, pitch it to your stakeholders to get their feedback and a go. Yes, you can move forward. And if you are not the one driving the real project. Make the transition between the hackathon team and the project team and help them to focus on the minimum viable product so that you can make it real. And this is so important because I see a lot of people doing that on top of, and they usually drop the ball. So if you believe in it, make it happen and go till the end. Now, we are almost at the end of the 15 minutes. So I have basically one question for you, which is, are you ready to be an innovator and work, I would say, the traditional way, which is about thinking big, starting small, and scaling fast, which is usually what you're going to hear in the innovation and startup world? Or are you ready to become a change maker by thinking beyond, starting smart, and scaling fair, so bringing value into your equation so that you think about the impact for the society that you are bringing? And this is something that Bastien Van Willik, who is owning the changemaker.be website, has brought to us, which was really changing the way we were experimenting hackathon. And I think this is also the theme of that text position about changing life. And this is so strong, so think about that, think beyond, start smart, and scale fair. With that, I would like to thank you. I hope you're going to benefit from these lessons learned, and I'm really happy to continue the conversation live on the chat or live with the audio, or even after using one of the collaboration platform. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day, enjoy the event, and have success.
Thank you so much, Hugues. So if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat now. Otherwise, we can have questions taken afterwards. Hugues is also one of our mentors. So, you know, if you have questions, we can send them through or organize a time to meet. One of the questions that I did want to ask myself, Hugues, you talked about using design thinking as a coach. I think that's something that's very important even for participants. Could you talk a little bit around that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So the design thinking is the methodology that will help you to solve your problem by taking specific steps. One of the first steps is defining, so really clarifying your problem. So it's important for the people around the table to have the same understanding, so that basically you're going to exchange about the problem and trying to find the root cause using specific tools that you're going to find in design thinking toolkits. And after that phase, you're going to be able to redefine the challenge and really focus on the root cause of the problem. Everybody will be aligned so that you're going to be able to enter the ideation phase. So basically, where you're gonna define really the solution. So there you open the mind, you create an environment of co-creation where people will bring a lot of different ideas, and you help the team to converge. So really to make a filtering, prioritization of the ideas so that they will agree on which one will be the most impactful and the one that you can basically develop. And after that phase, you're going to be able to really define what is your value proposition using, for example, the business model canvas, so that you know what is your value proposition, what do you need, how will you address the customers, what are the benefits for the customers, what are the resources that you need, how will you create revenue, or let's say move forward with your solution, idea, or product, and how to make it real. So basically, it's making your solution becoming a project, so that you are able to move to the next phase, which is basically developing the minimum viable product or the prototype, the prototype. And design thinking is giving you all the tools and methodology to make it happen. Having a coach is a plus, because the coach will help you to use the right tool at the right moment, because every team is different. And sometimes, you know, one tool will work with a very specific team and challenge, but it will not work with another one. So it's really the sensitivity of the coach that will allow you to move forward. This is a very demanding, let's say, role, because you're running a marathon with your team, but it is so fun for both parties to experiment design thinking. And let's remember that design thinking without collective intelligence, well, is a bit useless, because it's all about people, and you need to support, understand the people, their differences, the way they communicate, the way they ask questions. And if you are able to integrate that into the equation, usually you have a great result at the exit of the hackathon.
Amazing, thank you. And one last question that I had was, what would you say is the most interesting solution you've had in your various different hackathons that you've worked in or organized, and why was it the most interesting solution?
So yeah, I have one that is immediately coming into my mind. So last year I was able to coach a team in the Hack for Good hackathon, which was to make one of the NGO. So it was about making their dream possible. And they are using technology to help people with disabilities. And it can be anywhere in the world. And they focused on, you know, communication. They focus on entertainment, and also being self-sufficient in a house by using domotic services, you know, to switch on a light, control the TV, etc. And we were thinking about solving their specific problem. And then at a certain moment, a lady asked a question that changed completely the hackathon, because we came up with a worldwide ID. This is why this team won, which was about creating a chart for a digital operator to respect a certain way of operating their services. So think about, for example, digital players offering IPTV, when you know, you have to integrate a specific, you know, a remote control for a person to control the TV, and the digital TV operator is changing the code during the night. Well, the remote control of that person is not working. So his whole day is ruined. So it's a positive way to incentivize the digital operators to respect, you know, the integration of those specific devices all around the world, so that you can keep using the services regardless of the integration that has been done by anyone around the world. And so it can impact any you know, any player providing remote control, smartphones, and so on, and to make this kind of integration sustainable. It was so powerful that the jury was, you know, saying, "Wow, you're coming up with a worldwide ID." And the big challenge is that it's so big for that local NGO that they need the support of the European Commission to move that ID to the next level. So it's a very long journey. But yeah, I think that the team, and also myself as a coach, was very happy and proud about bringing that idea on the table. So anyone here can work on it, and using the power of the cloud and the technology, I think that we can create a big difference for any person suffering from a disability around the world.
That's fantastic. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. So there's a question from Tom, and Tom, hopefully I'm reading this out right. Do you focus more on solutions developed by students? I'm guessing that means you focus on solutions that are developed by students as well as global companies as well. Hopefully I've translated that okay, Tom.
Yeah, but basically on the Cisco Global Problem Solver. Can see he's from Cisco.
Yes.
Probably understands what I mean by Cisco Global Problem Solver.
Yes, so thanks, Tom, for bringing that on the table. So Cisco is organizing a global problem solver challenge to help students who are willing to come with solutions to global or local problems. And this is a yearly competition that is getting attention from students all over the world. I've been able to meet some winners who have done an amazing job. So working locally with usually a small team, but I get support from other students, teachers, friends, and also from mentors from Cisco, in order to make sure that the solution they are bringing on the table is viable and also solving the problem in a way that is basically easy to implement and having a big impact on the society. So thanks, Tom, for bringing that on the table. So personally, I haven't been able to mentor one of these teams, but I've been able to follow the finalists, and I've been amazed to see the proposals and results. You know, it can be on health, it can be on education, it can be on safety, and this is good to see youth so taking the lead, coming with idea and moving forward, getting some support from Cisco to make it happen, and some budget to make sure that they can move to their minimum viable product. Absolutely.
My question was, do you focus on students? Because I was looking at the requirements and I saw you have to have a company also.
So on student, yes, we do have, you know, at Cisco, the Cisco Academies network, which are operated all around the world. And I know that there are plenty in Africa, and we have been able to support initiatives with students. Some local groups or national groups are organizing hackathons where students are doing these competitions, trying usually to solve a common problem. So there is an organization coming with a certain topic, a certain challenge. I've been involved in one that was trying to offer election capabilities to any citizen using technology. So if you are not able to go to a certain election office, so could you vote electronically and safely from anywhere in your country or anywhere in the world? So yes, students were able to participate, and I've been involved in coaching the organizer in this specific competition. And if you look all around, there are plenty of opportunities for students to participate. And I personally work with students every year because I believe that education is changing life on a daily basis. So being on the internships, hackathon, Cisco Academies, yeah, so absolutely I believe in it and I'm part of it.
Brilliant. Thank you, Hugues. So just to wrap, for those of you on the call, we will be posting the recording as well, and also the slides. Just wanted to reiterate a few things. Things like the Network Academy is going to be made available to all participants as well. So you will see that we went through that yesterday. I'll provide the details again today. And we have a range of other applications and so on from OSE. Cisco are also sponsoring us, and also from Oracle as well. So we're very thankful for those. And we're looking forward to hearing the solutions and looking at how we can help to move these forwards. Okay.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you once again, Hugues. Hugely appreciate you coming to speak with us and to give us so much great insight. And thanks everyone for jumping on. And we'll speak to you all later.
With pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right.
Have
Take care, everyone. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.